History is usually vocal. It speaks to us through translated tablets, decoded hieroglyphs, and transcribed chronicles. We understand the past because the past wanted to be understood. But deep within the archives of Yale University's Voynich Rare Book and Manuscript Library, resting under call number MS408, lies an exception, a silence that has lasted 600 years. It is a small book, roughly 9 by 6 inches, 240 pages of vellum. It smells of age and cured skin. To hold it is to hold a paradox, an object that is undeniably a book, meant to convey information, yet it refuses to be read. This is the Voynich Manuscript. It is written in an entirely unknown script, belonging to an entirely unknown language. The greatest cryptographers of the modern era, minds that broke the Enigma machine and deciphered lost ancient tongues, have broken themselves against these pages. It is the Everest of historical cryptography, and to this day, no one has reached the summit. The manuscript emerged from the shadows in 1912. It was discovered by Wilfrid Voynich, a Polish revolutionary turned antiquarian book dealer with a sharp eye for forgotten treasures. Voynich found it here, at the Villa Mondragone in Italy, in a chest of books being quietly sold off by the Society of Jesus. Inside the cover, he found a faint, erased signature indicating it once belonged to Jacobus Sinapius, the head physician to Rudolph II. Rudolph II, the Holy Roman Emperor obsessed with the occult, alchemy, and the arcane. A contemporary letter found with the book suggested Rudolph purchased it for 600 ducats, a small fortune in gold, believing it to be the work of the 13th century polymath, Roger Bacon. Voynich spent the rest of his life convinced he held a Baconian cipher of immense scientific importance. He was wrong about Bacon, but right about the importance. He had unearthed a ghost. Where history offers whispers, modern science provides dates. In 2009, samples from the manuscript's vellum underwent radiocarbon dating at the University of Arizona. The results were definitive. The vellum was prepared between 1404 and 1438, placing its creation squarely in the early Renaissance. This instantly debunked the Roger Bacon theory, as he died a century prior. The ink is iron gall, standard for the period. The paints are inexpensive, ground minerals. But the physical construction reveals another mystery. The text is written left to right. Crucially, there are almost no erasures or corrections. The scribe was not struggling to encode, they were writing fluently. It suggests a stream of consciousness, or perhaps the confident copying of an already existing text. If the text is opaque, the illustrations are a hallucination. The book is divided into sections. The largest appears to be herbal, but these are not plants of this earth. Botanists have spent decades trying to identify them. They appear chimeric, the roots of one species grafted onto the leaves of another, topped with an entirely unrelated flower. They are botanical Frankensteins. Then, there is the biological section. It features scores of nude female figures, sometimes called nymphs, bathing in complex systems of tubes and pools containing dark green liquid. Is it medieval gynecology? Alchemy? A metaphorical representation of human souls? The imagery is unique in the canon of medieval manuscripts. Yet, the eye is always drawn back to the text. We call the script Voynichese. It contains an alphabet of 20 to 30 distinct characters that form roughly 35,000 words. The most brilliant minds of the 20th century attacked it. William Friedman, the father of the American NSA and the man who broke Japan's purple cipher in World War II, spent decades analyzing the manuscript's frequency counts. Friedman and others established a crucial fact: the text adheres to Zipf's law. This is a linguistic rule stating that in any natural language, the most frequent word will occur approximately twice as often as the second most frequent word, and so on. Random gibberish does not do this. The Voynich manuscript behaves mathematically like a real language. It has structure. It has syntax. It is not just random scratches on parchment. So what is it? Some argue it is a constructed language, a lingua ignota, created by a lone genius. Others suggest it is a sophisticated, expensive hoax designed to fool a gullible emperor like Rudolph II, though the sheer cost of vellum in the 15th century makes a 240-page joke seem unlikely. Every few years, a new headline declares the Voynich manuscript solved. often by artificial intelligence. Yet, upon scrutiny, these solutions always collapse. They translate a few words into gibberish that requires immense leaps of faith to understand. Perhaps the true value of the Voynich Manuscript is not in what it says, but in its stubborn refusal to speak. In an age where information is instantaneous, it remains an analog fortress, a humbling reminder that history does not always surrender its secrets. It waits, patiently, for a reader who may never come.